Okay, so class is now live, and I'm made your host. And
Okay.
you can make me co-host as I'll be staying for the rest of the class.
Okay. Your co-host now. Okay. You got it.
Thank you.
And you'll start the recording. That was a
Yep,
question. Okay,
yep,
cool.
sure.
Hi, Ken. You're the first one in. Or we'll just wait till the others join us. You got in early. Hi, SU. Hello, Robin. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Sabina and Judy. Glad you're able to join us this evening. Hi, Felice. Hi, Karen.
Hi,
Verna.
Kay. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you tonight?
Great. Good, good. Looking forward to class.
Oh, good. Me too.
Yep.
Verna. Hi, Marianne. Doris. Oh, I got a nice group forming.
Hi, Ty. This is Felice. I'm sorry I wasn't connected.
Oh, that's
Hi.
okay. Glad you're able to join us.
I am too. I need the relaxation. I need the grounding.
I think we none of us ever have enough grounding, or enough
Exactly.
relaxation, if you want to look at it
Exactly.
that way. We'll give it another few seconds to get a couple more people, and then we'll get started. We have a full house registered, so I expect there'll be more joining us. Well, I've got to go ahead and get the slides started and get talking so we don't waste time. And let me move a few images around. Well, welcome to Tai Chi for Beginners. I recognize some of you, so I know not everybody is here for their first time, but there's a couple of names there I don't recognize, so maybe you're here for the first time. We treat every class as though it's everyone's first time. So we don't expect you to walk in here knowing much of anything unless you attended the Tai Chi, Why It's Great for Seniors, and then you may walk in the door knowing a few things from that session. And of course, those of you who have attended previous sessions, you know some things and you've gotten some practice in. But it's okay if you're brand new. We're going to start off at the basics. My name is Ty. I live in Central Florida in a town called Lake Mary, Florida, just outside of Orlando. I have an education in biology, psychology, and computer science. Originally from Georgia, I attended University of Georgia and Georgia Tech. So I'm an Athens, Atlanta guy growing up in North Georgia. My career after college was in, oh boy, it's so varied. I worked as a cartographer and a database analyst, database manager with the DoD, and a project manager with the USDA. And eventually went into working with medical centers in management in their IT department. And before retiring, I moved over and started doing consulting. So I went around to various medical centers in North America and UK and helped them learn how to do more with their data, get more accurate data, find their data, basically just how to exploit data in their computer system better. And then I retired. Now, in my retirement, I take my training and my practice in Kundalini Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Tai Chi, and therapeutic Qigong, and I teach it and share it with others, which brings me to Get Set Up. So tonight, I'm here to guide you through some forms in the Sung style Tai Chi. Sung is just one of the schools of Tai Chi. It's a very gentle form of Tai Chi, very flowing and perfect for seniors. And I'm here to help you learn the practice. And over time, I hope that my help will lead you to expanding from the mechanics of movement to a deeper understanding of the meditative practice. That's my goal. GetSetUp.io helps you learn useful skills from people like you so you can do wonderful things. Basically, it brings us together so we can teach each other. We're all seniors. We've had decades of life experience, and we have a lot that we can share with each other. We learn from each other. Ideally, for this class, I can see you and your cameras are on because I use the feedback of seeing what you're doing to help me move forward in the class and how fast or slow or where I need to go with my descriptions. So if you do have your camera on, you're helping me lead the class. If you do not want to have your camera on, that's acceptable. But maybe as you grow comfortable with me in classes, maybe in a future one, you'll be comfortable turning your camera on and sharing with me, because it really does help me design the class each evening or each session. Now, the class will be recorded, and afterwards you can email help@getsetup.io. And today we have Harry with us, who is making the recording and will help you during the session. So if you have any problems, just put a message in chat and let Harry know you're having a technical problem with Zoom or whatever, and he'll do his best to try to help you. And then after class, you can email help@getsetup.io, and they'll set you up with a recording that Harry made. If you didn't make it in live in the class because it booked up and you're here by live stream, I'm really glad to have you, because that shows an effort to get in anyway, and it's so nice to have you join us. Do look at the schedule and see upcoming classes and see if you can book a class and actually join us interactively. Get Set Up is not, they do not advertise. We do not advertise. We're not paid to promote any specific products or services. Now, the disclaimer. This is more than a disclaimer. It's also extremely good advice. anytime you do any new movement, any new exercise program, talk to your doctor, because your doctor is your best advisor on what limits you need to honor. And especially if you've got any health conditions or taking any medications, there may be specific limitations you need to pay attention to. We all do. I have mine. I think you'll find, though, that most doctors, any doctor who actually knows Tai Chi is going to say, hip, hip, hooray, you're doing it. Good for you. Go do it. But they may say, do it sitting down, or do it extremely slowly, or don't reach with your right hand, or whatever. They will have advice, keep your heartbeat below a certain level. I would be shocked if any doctor told you not to do Tai Chi because of the nature of what Tai Chi is. We need to move for our own health, and Tai Chi is a gentle movement program. But whatever your doctor says is rule number one. Follow it. We have objectives in Tai Chi. We develop more integration of mind and body. We work to improve balance. We decrease the effects of stress. Now, that's a big one. It all comes together to help us reduce the effects of stress, because we counterbalance it by using the relaxation response. We have the goal of slowing down. In our culture, we all go a mile a minute. Well, we need to learn how to slow that down to a slower speed, because when we move slower, more directed, then we experience life more. We enjoy life more. We get more out of life when we slow down. Be healthier. That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? We all want to be healthier. And Tai Chi is a practice that moves us toward that goal because it helps the body to work more efficiently. Gentle movement makes our organs, our glands, our nervous system, the whole body work better. Maybe there's one thing from this list that would really benefit you. Actually, all 5 of them benefit me. And I look forward to gaining ground with each one of them every time I do my practice. Now, in the beginner series, we have an agenda that has multiple parts. For a first few weeks, I worked on leading you guys through a single whip to the right. And that's the sequence you see on the left side of the page where it says right. These are the forms or the postures, extra, however you want to look at it. That's what we studied. We haven't really studied left yet. Then for the last week and a half, I've been leading you through brush the knee left through this sequence. Well, I'm going to start switching back and forth every week. So this week, we're going to return back to the single whip series, but we're going to do it to the left. So if you've been in my class with me, single whip to the right, you basically know the moves, but tonight we're going to start moving them in the opposite direction. Now, with that advice, while I've been going to the right, if you've been going to the left, which is fine because we're in this Zoom system and sometimes the image is easier to follow by doing the opposite of what I say because it looks like you're following me, in mirror. So if you've been doing it to the left, that's fine. Tonight, as I go to the left, you will go to the right. So just adopt or adapt however you need to go to make it logical for you. We just want you to learn eventually to do it both directions so that we can do a little mixing and matching in our sequencing. So tonight I'm going to do single whip left. Practice guidelines. These are the fundamentals: mindfulness, slow movement, postural alignment, weight separation, breath awareness, integrated movement, active relaxation, and the mind-body principles. This is what makes up Tai Chi and creates those wonderful benefits that we want. Each class, I bring one up for emphasis. Tonight, I'm bringing up breath awareness. We do natural diaphragmatic breathing, which is a pattern maintained throughout the entire sequence. Now, diaphragmatic, it's referring to your diaphragm. Typically, we breathe in the upper chest, the lungs, and that's just normal for us. Excuse me, my throat dried up. And, oh, that's better. But for relaxed breathing, for breathing that brings in more oxygen, you want to breathe into your belly. When you breathe into your belly, you're using your diaphragm more. And that diaphragm creates a bigger vacuum that opens up your lungs, and you take in more air. You get more oxygen. So for class tonight, see if you can direct your breath to your belly, to your abdomen in a slow way. No big, deep inhales and exhales. There's no need for it, just natural breathing, but into your belly. So you'll actually feel the belly button float out on an inhale and float in on the exhale. The other factor is don't hold your breath. Sometimes when we get concentrating, really get focused, we hold our breath. Try not to do that. If you notice yourself holding your breath, just correct yourself and go, breathe, kid, breathe. So Tai Chi will train us to have more breath awareness with the movement, but we're the ones who control it. So we have to correct ourselves when we notice we're not breathing, or if we're breathing in our chest. Just remind yourself to do a nice slow breath into your belly. Now, with that being said, let's do some practice. You can be standing, you can be seated, or you can stand with a chair handy for support, whatever serves you best. Hopefully you've got on some comfortable, loose-fitting clothes. If not, next time for next session, see if you can have on comfortable, loose-fitting clothes. Some indoor shoes are great for your practice. I use inexpensive Tai Chi shoes, and I'm going to show those to you in just a minute briefly. Putting on those shoes are not only more comfortable for my practice, but psychologically, it's a trigger telling me I'm starting my practice. And have water available. Just like my throat dried out a minute ago, I needed the water. But we also just want to make sure we stay hydrated. Now, with that said, let me switch back over and get set up for our movement session. It'll just take me a minute to change some things around. I'm going to start some music. I'm switching into my Tai Chi shoes. You can do Tai Chi barefooted too if you like. These are my Tai Chi shoes, $12 on Amazon 8 years ago. I don't know what they are now, but probably not much more. They're soft, but firm enough for the practice. You can do them. You can do your practice in tennis shoes too. I wouldn't recommend leather shoes, but let me demonstrate for you what we're going to be working on tonight. I'm going to do it facing you, and then I'm going to turn around and do it with my back to you. This is commencement form. We're going to do single whip to the left side. The mirror image of single whip to the right, but single whip to the left. Okay, that's the piece, the segment we're working on tonight. Let me turn around and demo for you. Get some more light on my feet. There. Okay, let's kind of briefly go through the Wuji form, which is our standing form. So bring your feet about hips width apart. But your hips should be basically over your ankles, or Your ankles can be a little wider if you need it for balance and support. Shoulders basically over your hips. Tuck your chin just a little. Tuck your tailbone just a little. And when you tuck your tailbone, your pelvis is going to pivot a little and you're going to sink in your knee. You do want soft knee. The arms should basically hang softly from the shoulders. Start to breathe in your belly, in your abdomen as you do abdominal breath. Nice, slow, gentle breath. Becomes very meditative quickly. My hand is on my belly just so I can feel my belly button rising and falling. Now this is called the Wuji form. We always come back to our Wuji to start any sequence. It's our default position. To start the sequence, we do a commencement. Now the commencement is a very simple form. You bring your weight to the right foot, lift the left foot and set that heel down just in front, and then bring your weight to the left foot. When your weight's on the left foot, your right foot is free, so lift it and bring it to join the left. You've taken one step forward. Step back and let's do that again. So find your Wuji, weight to the right foot, lift your left foot and set it down heel toe. Weight goes to that foot, bring the right foot and set it down. You've taken that one step. Now, step back. For commencement, you rotate the shoulders. The hands come up about chest height or shoulder height, and then they go down. Float to your abdomen or your belly button. Come up the chest as your weight goes to the right foot. Step out as you reach forward. Elbows down. Open and close. That's the open and close form. If you want a little more detailed explanation of those three forms, the Wuji, the commencement posture, and the open and close, are just come to my Tai Chi Why It's Great for Seniors. I'm doing the detailed version of that in that intro course. Tonight, I'm just running through it quickly so we can get to our sequence. So find your Wuji. Commencement form, rotate the arms up. Bring them down to your belly button and up the chest as your weight comes to the right foot. Step out, put your weight on the left foot. Bring the right foot to join as your elbows come back down. And you do an open, separating the hands and close. Now from there, we're going to start our single whip. So bring your hands together in the open and close, as though you're holding a ball or a melon or a head of cabbage. You open, and as you close, you sink in the knees a little bit. Single whip starts by turning your torso 45 degrees to the left. Not all the way to the left, just halfway to the left. You bring your weight to the right foot, and you step out with the left foot at that diagonal, at that 45 degrees. Your weight goes to the left foot. The hands now face away from you and you push. I'm gonna do that a little closer to the camera. So let's come back to our energy ball, our open and close. Open, sink in the knees with that close, and an exhale. Bring your weight to the right foot. Turn 45 degrees to the left. Step out with the foot, heel, toe, get your weight on that left foot. Turn your hands away and push, keeping a nice straight back and neck. Arms go out about 70% of your reach. Nice. I'm going to do it with my back to you. Bring your hands to the heart center for the open and close. Open and close. I'm bringing my weight to my right foot. turning 45 degrees to the left, stepping out with a heel, toe, and then my weight shifts to that left foot. My hands turn away, and it's as though I'm pushing against something pushing back, like an energy curtain, and I'm just pushing it away to about 70% of my reach. Trying to keep a nice straight back and neck, not leaning into it like this, but keeping a nice straight back and neck. Nice. Go through that one more and then we'll add something. So find your Wuji. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Bring your weight to the right foot. Turn the torso 45 degrees to the left and step out. Get your stability on that left foot and then push. Nice. Now from here, we're going to do something called open the curtain. So we did single whip. This now is open the curtain, where you separate the hands. You take the right hand and you open it, rotating the torso to the right until you have the curtain open. And your eyes stay on the back of that right hand. Let's bring the hands back together. Weight on the left foot. Watch the back of the right hand as you open the curtain, and notice your weight shifting from the left foot to the right. See, now your weight's on the right foot, telling you, hey, I'm going to do something with the left foot. One more time. Bring the hands together. Weight on the left foot. Open the curtain. Bring in that left foot. Lift it and bring it back to join the right foot. Take that left hand, and this is the fun movement. This is the swoosh. The left hand swishes down till it's close to the right elbow. That's it. Let's go through that again. Come back to the open and close. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Bring your weight to the right foot. Turn to the left 45 degrees. Step out. Weight's on the left foot, and you push the curtain. Push that curtain away. Now open the curtain by rotating the torso to the right and watching the back of the right hand as the hands separate. So now your weight is on the right hand. Your vision is on the back of the right hand. The left foot is free to lift and bring back in to the right foot, and the left hand comes to join near the right elbow. Nice. Now here comes the tricky part. So your feet are reasonably close together. You're back in that initial stance. Your left hand is across the torso. The right hand is in the air, and you're looking at the back of the right hand. And basically your weight is still on the right foot for the most part. This is where we switch hands. This is the part where people get confused. We're going to take this hand, the low one, and we're just going to raise it up to where the other hand is. It's going to eventually replace it. So the left palm is facing my torso. The back of the right palm is facing my face. So my palm is facing away from you. The lower hand can be facing down or toward your torso. It doesn't matter. But you're going to bring it up and replace that right hand with your left hand. And when you do that, notice how your torso twists a little. See, you got to reach to do that. So your torso is going to twist a little bit as that left hand goes up to the right hand. Yeah, and that's what it's supposed to do. Now you're going to bring the right hand down, and it basically points to the left elbow. And then you're going to rotate. This is waving hands in the clouds. Your weight shifted to the left foot, and now you're going to switch hands again and rotate back to the right foot. Switch hands again and rotate back. We just go back and forth, left foot, right foot. This is a great way to practice it at home between sessions. Just keep rotating back and forth, always looking at the back of the upper hand and your eyes rotating The torso rotating with the eyes following the hands. Let's add some footwork to that. So come back to your standing posture where you started, your Wuji basically. And then from Wuji, we're going to bring the hands together at the heart center. Open and close, settle into your soft knees. Single whip to the left. Turn your torso 45 degrees to the left. Weight on the right foot, step out with the left foot to the angle. And as you bring your weight to that left foot, turn your hands away and push, bringing your weight even more to that left foot. Now we're going to open the curtain by rotating the right hand. We're rotating the torso, I'm sorry, and the right hand and eyes are going with it. When your weight is fully on the right foot, that left foot is free to come back to join the right foot again. Left hand swooshes down to the right elbow. And then it keeps going up and replaces the right hand. And the right hand comes down to the left elbow. Now, lift your left foot and step out one step to the side. And as you shift your weight to that foot, rotate your torso to the left. When you find your weight fully on the left foot and the left hand is over to the left side, reverse the hands again. Switch lower right to upper, upper left down to lower, and bring in the right foot. And we rotate back. Nice. When your weight's on the right foot and you're staring at the back of the right hand off to the side, lift your left foot, step out, switch hands, and rotate again. That's the pattern. Step in with the right foot, switch hands, and rotate back. Step out with the left foot, switch hands, and rotate. Bring in the right foot, switch hands, and rotate. Now that was 3 times. So now let the left hand kind of come a little high and you rotate the torso back to center and the hands come together for an open and a close. Now, if you've been with me for doing single whip to the right, then single whip to the left probably is coming to you rather easily. If you're new to class, don't let the confusion of doing it for the first time worry you. We will do this many times in the classes and you will get plenty of exposure to these movements. If you're new to the class tonight, I would highly recommend until you come to another class that maybe you choose a form like open and close and practice that for 5 minutes a day until you join us again. Just open the hands, stand tall, and then exhale and sink in the knees. Or maybe you would like to practice the commencement. One of these forms will be described on the notes I send out. And if you like, you can just practice that one form till we see each other again, because we will be going over these forms many times. So don't worry about it if you're new to it. And don't worry that some of these people are picking it up quickly, because some of them have been with me for weeks. But we want you new people to enjoy it too and come back and learn it. So with that being said, let's go through this again. Let's find our Wuji. Now with Wuji, you stand tall, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, soft the knees, relax the shoulders. And then there's the breath awareness. Bring your breath right there to the belly. And just feel that nice sensation as the belly button flows out on the inhale and it sinks toward your backbone on the exhale. Nice. The body should be relaxed. Oh, a relaxed body helps relax the mind and vice versa. Let's do our commencement form. Rotate the shoulders. Draw the U. As the hands come up the chest, bring your weight to the right foot and step out with the left foot. Bring the right foot to join the left. Bend the elbows down. Soften the knees. Open and close. Single whip to the left. Weight goes to the right foot. Rotate your torso to the left 45 degrees and step out. Turn your palms away from you and push. Nice straight back. Open the curtain, rotating your torso, and your eyes follow your right hand. Once the hands are quite separate and your weight has now shifted to your right foot, bring the left foot in to join the right. Bring the left hand swoosh down to the right elbow. Let it continue on up to replace the right hand. Let me show you that. Let me do close up. So I brought in my left foot, and now I'm swooshing the left hand to the right elbow, and I'm just going to let it keep flowing. I'm not even going to stop it. It's just going to flow up and replace the other hand. We teach it like this, but that's the mechanics. When you start doing it and you get used to it, you'll just let it flow on up and replace that hand, and that hand just flows down. That's where the flow starts coming in from practice. So come back to the open and close. Open and close. Single whip to the left, weight to the right foot. Step out with the left 45 degrees and push. Open the curtain, following your eyes follow the right hand. Bring in the left foot to join the right and swoosh the left hand down, and just let it flow right on up till the left hand replaces the right, and the right hand goes down basically to waist level. Step out left foot one step and rotate. Weight's on the left foot now, so bring in the right foot and switch the right and left hands and rotate back to the right. Nice. Step out to the left, switch hands and rotate. Switch hands, bring in the right foot and rotate back. Step out, switch hands and rotate. Step in the right foot and rotate back. Now the left hand comes up a little higher than the right, and you rotate the torso back, and then you open and close. When I say that left hand goes a little higher than right, it's because it does just raise a little higher, and then you rotate the torso back into just a little flowing movement. Let's come back to our Wuji. Let's spend a moment in Wuji. While standing in your Wuji, I want you to bring your weight to the left foot and then bring your weight to the right foot. This is your weight separation and your balance. It's good. A lady earlier spoke about grounding. This is a great little practice here for feeling grounded. You reach to feel 4 points on each foot. One near your big toe, one near your little toe, one on each side of the heel. And if you can reach down to the floor, to the ground, and feel all 4 points of the foot as you put your weight on it, you're stable and you feel grounded. Allow the breath to flow into your belly. Find a pattern. I breathe, inhale as I go one direction, and I exhale as I go the other. But find a pattern that works for you. Keeping a nice straight torso, just shifting the weight forward and back. You can do the same thing forward and front. You just got to be a little careful not to go too far. You can lean a little forward and a little back. When I lean forward, I feel more push on the toes. When I lean back, I feel more stable on my heels. Lean forward, lean back, lean left, lean right. This is playing with your center of gravity. You'll realize how much you're into your Tai Chi when you're standing at the sink doing something and catch yourself doing this little left-right weaving while you're standing at the sink. I've done it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing that. But you start feeling your stability. You start testing your stability. And the more you're stable, the more you know where your body is, the less likely you are to complete a fall. You're more likely to avoid it or maybe catch yourself before falling. So in Tai Chi, we do not walk in a way that promotes falls. As humans, our normal gait is to just kind of lean forward and catch ourselves with a step. That's just what we do. You know, it's our normal, we just plod forward. In Tai Chi, we want to make sure that our weight is distributed in a safe way. So we bring the weight to the foot. In this case, I'm doing my right foot. When I'm firmly on that foot, then I can do things with this left foot very safely because I've got my weight stable here. And that's when you can lift the foot and take a step. Heel, toe, and then I'm becoming stable as my weight goes to this foot, and I can lift the other foot to join it. Nice, safe steps. So let's come back to our Wuji. Let's bring our hands up to the open and close. We'll start from the open and close, our connector form. Open. I stand a little taller on an open and I sink into my knees on the close. Single whip to the left. Bring your weight to the right foot. Turn the torso 45 degrees and step out. As your weight comes down on that foot, heel, toe, you start leaning in. You start bringing the weight into that foot. Turn the hands out and use the palms to push the curtain. Now we open the curtain by following the right hand as our torso turns to the right. The weight is shifting to my right foot. When my arms are open because I've opened the curtain, then I can bring that left foot in to join the right. Bring the left hand down, swoosh toward the right elbow, and then up to replace the right hand and bring the right hand down to the left elbow. That's where that little torso twist continues. And then step out with the left foot. Small step. And as I take that step, I start rotating the torso and the left hand rotates to the left. My eyes watching the back of it. Now my weight's on the left foot. Bring in the right foot. Replace the left hand with the right hand. Bring the left hand down and rotate back. Take a step out with the left, switch hands, and rotate to the left. Switch hands, bring in the right foot, and rotate to the right. We do this 3 times. Switch hands, step out to the left, and rotate. Bring in the right foot, switch hands, and rotate back. Left hand comes up a little high. You rotate back to the front for an open and a close. If you want to practice waving hands in the clouds this week, one of the easiest ways to do that is I find a room where I've got nice space open from one wall to the other. And I start at one wall and I just keep going in that direction. You know, if you get 10 of them in, if you get 7 of them in, whatever, just keep doing them, practicing them, trying to get that little mind-body connection going. And then when you get to the other wall, you can do one of 2 things. If you really want to work on that same direction, just turn around. If you want to work on both directions, then you just start going back. This way you're doing right one way and left the other. So, and when you get to that wall, just start going the other way. So you can go back and forth and just kind of drill yourself on waving arms in the cloud. In the sequence, single whip, waving hands in the cloud is the hardest form in that sequence. So it's the one most people spend the most time practicing. So if you want to take that on this week or next few days, that's a great one. If you're brand new to us tonight, I don't recommend practicing that this week. You might get frustrated. I would highly recommend you do the opening close or just the single whip. If you want to take on the single whip, it's just bring your weight to the right foot, turn your torso to the left 45 degrees, step out, turn the palms away and push. Practice that till I see you again. Or practice open and close. One lesson to learn is it's easy to memorize these mechanics. I swear anybody can memorize these mechanics. It just takes a little effort. But you do not get as much out of memorizing the mechanics of 108 forms as you do actually experiencing one form. If you practice and experience the open and close and start feeling the meditative depthness of what you're doing, you are doing more Tai Chi than just following through 108 forms in the mechanics and not feeling it. I want you to feel the Tai Chi. I want you to feel the meditative movement. So if you just spend the next couple of weeks open and close, good for you. That's very good focus. We will get you through the mechanics. You'll pick that up just showing up in class. And then eventually it just all starts coming together. Let's go through this form one more time while we've got the time, and then I think we're gonna have to sit down. But find your Wuji, hands together, heart center. And remember, if you're new, the open and close is just opening the hands a couple of inches. And you'll notice my body rises a little on my knees. And then as I exhale, I soften those knees again. Every exhale and every close of an open and close are reminders to soften the knees. So open and close. Single whip left. Weight comes to the right foot. Rotate the torso 45 degrees and step out. And you step out by putting the heel down and then the foot. The toe goes down last as you push the curtain. Open the curtain. Following the back of the right hand. Left foot now is free to come in, and the left hand flows down and up to replace the right hand, and you step out with the left foot. Right hand goes down to the left elbow and you rotate. Weight's on the left foot. So bring in the right and switch hands and rotate back. Step out with the left foot, switch hands and rotate. Switch hands, bring in the right foot and rotate back. Torso, the head, the neck, and the back are all one unit turning, following the hand. Step out to the left, switch hands, and rotate. Bring in the right foot, switch hands, and rotate to the back. Or rotate back. Left hand goes a little high. Come back to heart center and open and close. And when we're through with our session for the day, we can just do a closing to kind of finish it off. Let's come seated. Okay. Yeah, I think I shared the wrong screen. Let's try that again. There, so I don't want to share. Now, if your knees are ever sore after one of these sessions, I mean, if they're tired, that's good. If they're actually sore, then you might be lowering your stance too much. So the next session, don't lower your stance that much. We only want soft knees. We don't really want bent knees. So be careful about that, or do part of the session seated. But do remember that Tai Chi is a slow, mindful movement practice. Sometimes in class, I sort of rush it, but I want to squeeze a certain amount of training into each class. But the class time is used for teaching you the form. So I'm teaching mechanics, but I'm also relating to you some of the guidelines that we want to apply to the mechanics. And of course, you need to learn the sequence because the sequence is important, especially later when we start combining sequences into a longer sequence. You don't have to practice between classes. I've had plenty of students who came to in-person classes, but they never practiced. They only came to enjoy the class, learn what they could, and practice in class. And that's fine. If that's what you want, that is perfect. But if you do choose to practice, even 5 minutes a day will make a difference. If you choose to practice 8, 12, or 15 hours a day, it's going to make a big difference, but I don't recommend it. That's supposed to be humor, but it doesn't come across very well, does it? Okay. I like music with my practice, and I recommend it to you. Any music that you find relaxing. For me, that means soft, easy listening. I don't like words in it. I like it to be instrumental, classical, or nature sounds. But you use what relaxes you. You know, we aren't the same people. So the music during class may relax me, but it may be annoying to you. So in your home practice, use what relaxes you. And consider if you can share this information with someone else. Maybe you have a friend or family member that could use this sort of relaxing movement form. Share it with them. Bring them to class. Okay, thank you for coming. If you've had experiences with Get Set Up that you would like to share, put them on Facebook or any other social media. If you don't want to post it yourself, email Liz at getsetup.io and she'll put it in the blog. We love your stories. We love hearing your experiences. Now, there's other related classes that you might want to try. Qigong, slow flow yoga. I recommend, related to Tai Chi, any slow movement or meditation practice. So try some other things, but I like things that are related because at my age and at my ability, I want to keep myself healthy and going. And I find gentle meditative movement to be my practice. So my next classes are, of course, Tai Chi for beginners. Please come back often. I think I have one tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern is my next one. So if you're free tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time, come join me. We will again be practicing single whip. So if you're brand new to the practice and you can make it tomorrow, please come back. 2 sessions on single whip to the left would be very useful to you. I'm also teaching something called Tai Chi Shibashi. It's 18 movements that are considered to be gentle exercise. Anyone can do them. You can do it standing or seated. There's very little footwork at all. Most of it's upper body and none of it's strenuous, but you do move. And it's one of those things where you just didn't, people typically enjoy doing it and you feel good afterwards. We do some warm-ups and we do the 18 exercises and come give it a try. I don't know when my next Shibashi class is, at some time later this week, but come give it a try. Also starting a week from Friday, we'll be teaching Kundalini yoga for chair. If you are a Kundalini yoga practitioner and you want it on the mat, just come on to class and tell me. And as I'm teaching it, I will teach both versions, chair and mat. I do that in in-person classes all the time. So if you want chair yoga, come try my Kundalini for chair. If you've never heard of Kundalini, come give it a try. It is not Hatha yoga. Most yoga in this country, in the West, Europe and North America, is primarily Hatha yoga. If you've never tried anything but that, Kundalini is going to be a new animal for you to try. And you may find it interesting or you may hate it. People tend to be one or the other with Kundalini. But the nice thing about Kundalini is you can do it if you're 10 years old or 110, or if you're in a hospital bed or you're a gymnast. you can find some, Kundalini will work you at the level you want to work every class, because every posture, every exercise is easily modifiable by you at the time you're doing it. And I'm going to offer suggestions, but you're going to start learning how you can modify it. Maybe I'm doing something for 2 minutes and you modify it by only doing it a minute or a minute and a half. Or maybe you don't stretch as far, or you don't reach as far. Everything is modifiable to serve you that day, how you feel. Some days you're more energetic than others. You adapt the yoga to fit your mood. Hatha yoga, lots of time you either do the posture or you don't do the posture. Kundalini yoga is more about gentle movements that are repetitive. They will wear you out if you choose to allow them. It's up to you. You make the class what you want it to be. Now, class notes. After class, I'm going to email you some notes. They're going to kind of give you a synopsis of the class. If you've been in my class before, you've seen the notes, but you'll also know that at the bottom of each notes, there's going to be a description of one form. So one of the forms we did tonight will be described in words in the notes. You attend enough classes, you end up getting all the forms described, and that helps you if you're doing a home practice. There will also be some links to other classes that might interest you. Just click on that if you want to check out the class, register for it, and give us feedback. This little orange give feedback button is very important because we thrive on it. It'll bring up this little box where you can rate the class, the session, from 1 to 5 stars. You can rate me 1 to 5 stars, and it'll default to 4, but it's very, you wouldn't believe how easy it is just to bring your cursor up there and click that 5. You might want to try that when you see it. Just see how easy it is to click that 5 before you click done. Add your comments for the class or add your comments for me. And if you want to make a suggestion to get set up, like I want a practice class of Tai Chi to practice what we've learned, or I want underwater basket weaving, whatever. Or I think that certain classes should be scheduled on the weekend, whatever your suggestion, we want to hear it. That if you think it would improve, get set up, tell us here, and then you click done. The Get Set Up community, and believe me, it has grown into a community. So many of us are getting to know each other. I've seen some of you enough in class that I'm starting to feel like I know you. So spread the word. Bring in your friends and family and neighbors, and heck, tell an enemy about it. You might end up making a friend over it. Also, if you know something you would like to share, maybe you love poodles or Angora cats, whatever you love, consider hosting an interest group on Get Set Up. Let's say standard size poodles, and other people will come and join you in the session. You just start it, say hello. I've got a black curly standard size poodle named George, and then everybody else will start talking about their poodles, and you guys can share problems you've had with poodles, what kind of food, how you're keeping them healthy. People start sharing. I went to one the other day about vegetarian food, and I picked up a couple of great recipes. So these interest groups are wonderful, but we need you to lead them because you have an interest in it. So if you have an interest, consider leading an interest group. It's pretty easy. Just email help@getsetup.io and propose your interest group. And of course, if there are any more classes you'd like to see, send it to help@getsetup.io. We partner with agencies, organizations such as assisted care and senior living, government, community organizations. If you're associated with one, please send us the contact information. We'll reach out to them and see if we can work with them. And of course, tonight, our TA, who I have just totally forgotten who's our TA tonight. I do apologize. But our TA tonight did do a recording.
Harry.
Thank you, Harry. Harry, you sounded like a girl. Wow. And with a girl with a Southern accent.
Just a little
I'm
bit.
guessing that was Judy. Okay. Thank you, Harry, for being here tonight. Thank you for supporting us. Feel free, everybody, to go into chat and tell Harry thank you. But he did a recording tonight, and if you want that recording, just email help@getsetup.io, and they'll set you up with a copy. Now, with that being said, let me look at the chat and see if there's anything there that I can quickly respond to. Loretta, my body seems to be turned to the left when we finish and not to the front. That's interesting. I'm thinking quickly. I'm not sure. Was it maybe you moved the wrong foot, Loretta?
Could be.
Hey.
I don't know. It just always seems to be facing the left and not the front.
Tell you what, next time in class, if that's happening, yell at me at that point in class and we'll look at it. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Stop me and we can spare a few minutes in the middle of class for minor adjustments like that. Sure.
Okay. Thanks.
But there's a certain point where people do that commonly, but it's not there. So that you kind of surprised me there. That's not where people commonly turn the wrong way, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Judy, Georgia, US says Tai Chi Shibashi this Friday is May 21st at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Judy. If you guys want to try Shibashi, come join me Friday, 11:30 Eastern time. And Harry says thanks. Pat says thanks. And Sabiha. Oh, I like that name, Sabiha. I have trouble mirroring you. Did okay with the arm movements, but not the feet. And I forgot to do my movements enough facing away from you. People, don't let me forget that. I get busy and I forget that I need to show you my backside and show you that direction too. So if you're having trouble mirroring me, yell at me in the middle of class, or go to chat and tell Harry to yell at me and say, turn around and show us doing it while you're facing away from us. It does help. I want to face you so I can see what you're doing. And I get so concentrated on that I forget to turn around and show you the other direction. You know, I figure someday somebody's going to put a sign on my back that I don't know about, and I'm going to turn around and you guys are going to see some funny sign or something. But yeah, feel free to speak up and remind me to turn around and show you that other direction, especially if you're having trouble mirroring me. This is one of the complications of doing it online on Zoom. It's so much easier face to face, but I'm not criticizing. I love doing this on Zoom because I can reach so many people and share this with you, but we'll work out the bumps together. But one of them is tell Ty to turn around. So with that being said, unless anybody, yes, Verna, Shibashi is totally, well, it's not totally independent of Tai Chi. It is Tai Chi, but it's totally independent of what we're doing in Tai Chi beginner class. It's 18 Tai Chi movements that a professor has, a master of Tai Chi has created this 18 form sequence that is done purely for health and therapeutic use. It's not done to make it flow one into the other like most Tai Chi, but it's done that, hey, these are 18 movements that are going to make your body work better. So it's really good. Consider it an exercise sequence, but it's a gentle Tai Chi style exercise sequence. So we'll do 18 forms in order, but one form will not flow directly into the other. We'll do one form 6 or 10 times, then we'll do another form 6 or 10 times until we do the entire 18. Come give it a try and you'll see what I mean. Shibashi is actually very enjoyable. You don't have to memorize anything. Like in Tai Chi for beginners, you're starting to memorize and learn these forms so you get your body and mind working together. In Shibashi, just show up and do what I do. That's it. Just follow me in a Shibashi class. That's all it is. Sabahi, thank you for coming. Hey, it was a newbie. Thank you for coming and trying it. I hope you'll come back. And hopefully I didn't go so fast to overwhelm you tonight, but come back some more times and it'll start to sink in. I'm getting to where I'm rushing a little bit more so I can squeeze more into the class. And I've broken off pieces of it to put into why it's great for seniors. So I'm trying to break it down better, but sometimes I feel like I'm rushing. But don't give up if it did overwhelm you. Come back to another class. Only thing it takes is practice and attending classes. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye,
everybody.
Harry.
Bye-bye.
And I'll see you guys in class soon.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.